Hello everybody, I am the Worm and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. We have just finished the Exhibition of the Brave, and in doing so, we have received an invitation to meet with Luis. At least, that's what we hope it is. It very well could be a trap of some sort, but without any other clear direction to go, we're going to have to go ahead and put ourselves in danger. All for the sake of the cause, I suppose. But before we run off and do that, let's go ahead and do a little bit of memorandum to make sure we're all caught up here. The Nightprowler, a renowned tavern in the entertainment district of Brilehaven. One generally needs a referral from a current regular just to get in. Expensive, ornate, and lavishly decorated, its typically shady clientele provides a sharp contrast against its glitz. Well, how about that? That is in fact where we are going to meet with Luis, or perhaps a representative of Luis. Let's see here. People. Who do we have? Julian. Yes, we saw him in the Angler Inn area, and then we saw him briefly in the exhibition as well. Let's see. Julian Castilian, an Ishkia candidate participating in the tournament, the second son of a noble family and child prodigy, who was the youngest to ever gain a seat at the former Mage Academy. However, right as he made his breakthrough as the author of the innovative ideological book, The Future of Magic, and rose to fame, he expanded his platform as an animal rights advocate. Okay. I feel like, I don't know if anyone else does, or if it's just me, but sometimes I feel like they throw in so many commas in a sentence that it throws me off. Hang on, let me try this again. So you could say, however, he expanded his platform as an animal rights activist, but then they throw in, however, right as he made his breakthrough as the author of the innovative ideological book, The Future of Magic, and rose to fame, he expanded his platform as an animal rights advocate. Okay. I get it. It's just feels a bit awkward sometimes. And then it says, his Gauntlet Runner Arc to the Future 3.0 uses no animal-derived parts, but it lacks power. Okay. So that certainly informs how... I recall when he was in the area with all the inns, he was saying how he didn't like the Exhibition of the Brave because it was all about hunting animals. So interesting. So we got a an animal rights activist, and yeah, we did hear about the closure of the Mage Academy, so that must have happened very recently. Presumably with the rise of Sanctism, which happened during the same reign as Ithilodius V, so yeah, all very recent, I think. Okay, and we have someone else here. Katharina, we got... Wow, we haven't had a page for Katharina this whole time? That's surprising. I didn't even think about that. Okay, Katharina Gran, a candidate in the tournament for the throne, a Parapis bounty hunter of unrivaled skill. Though some scoff and consider her promise to place bounties on the rich absurd, she has garnered modest support. Most of that support comes from the poor people of her tribe, but there's also a contingency who've come to support her after seeing she was a youthful beauty. Oh, of course. No, that's Mr... What's his name? Who's that guy? Is he on here? The one guy that's always talking about beauty. Is it Milo? Yeah, that's this guy's platform. Okay, let's see here. Rayla. Yes, this one's a very interesting one. Rayla Cygnus, a young Ishkia woman and magic healer affiliated with the Crown Theocracy. Her mastery of healing magic is beyond her years, many calling her the best in the kingdom. She was even brought before the king to heal the prince, despite being no more than 12 years old. Wow. Certainly another kind of prodigy. Healing magic requires delicacy, making it difficult to wield through magic igniters. Thus, magic healers often move in wealthy circles throughout the kingdom. Despite her great abilities, Rayla has long served as a healer for the common people in the capital. Her devotion to the public without regard for wealth or fame has led many to respect her, and she's often referred to with the title Saint. Okay. Stop scrolling up. Okay, let's see here. Joanna's true self? What is this? Oh, Joanna's true self. I see. The Lady of Martyra and true criminal behind the series of kidnappings that rocked the town, she went mad with resentment after the old traditions dictated her child be put to death. But her wits returned after hearing from Heisme, who also lost his child for senseless reasons. She offered to be the head brought to the exhibition in place of Heisme, who would be cleared of his false accusations. The group trusted her to come to the exhibition on her own, which she did, to her credit. Yeah. It is still in retrospect somewhat crazy that that I made that choice and that she actually did come here. And it looks like, I'm glad we have these. This looks like it's going to be the other members of the Senate. Let's get into this. The Igniter Consortium Head. One of the 5 members of the Senate, they represent the Igniter Consortium, an organization which oversees all things igniters in the kingdom. Very curious what Brigitte would have to say. Though said to be an Ishkia, their strikingly unusual appearance, including a magic igniter as an artificial right eye, makes it difficult to confirm by sight alone. Despite its name, the Igniter Consortium isn't actually an independent entity, but more like a shell company through which the Crown Theocracy extends its reach. It was they who arranged the consortium's monopoly in the first place. So state control of igniters, and it was in Brigitte's what are they called? Companion quest, follower quest, story, whichever. That we heard she was being misinformed by her contacts in the church. So it'll be very curious. I'll be very curious to continue her story and see what happens there. The Igniter Consortium single-handedly manages the Igniter production, regulation, and military outfitting, as well as Magla collection via accumulators, all while maintaining the tight control over the spread of information regarding Igniter creation and its inner workings, per the Crown Theocracy's direction. It also sells civilian-grade igniters wholesale to the Lycaon Magic Association in Grand Trad. Yep, there's Brigitte. Okay. We got some, I mean, clearly we would, but we've got some powerful interests all collected together. Okay. State Army General. Yeah, this guy's a bit intimidating. One of the 5 members of the Senate representing the army. Before the king's death, the highest rank one could attain in the royal army was general. The king then served as the military leader, uniting all the generals. With the king's seat vacant, the Senate needed an interim representative for the army's interests. Thus, the provisional rank of High General was created, so these responsibilities could be temporarily assumed by someone other than the king. Forden appointed this man to the position, and so for the present time he represents the entire army. Interesting. But we know next to nothing about him other than that. He's wearing similar clothing to, what was that guy's name? Is he even on here? I think it was Rudolph, that Roussant guy. But I think he was also just some kind of officer in the army. Okay. Prince of Oceania. One of the 5 members of the Senate, a Roussant man, serving as Lord of the Principality of Oceania, the western country of the 3 United Kingdoms. He rushed to Grand Trad following the sudden death of the king. And that's it, huh? That's somewhat surprising. Wasn't he... When we initially saw the stone that has the various candidates on it, wasn't he in 3rd place? At least initially? I'm surprised there isn't more about him. Okay. Prince of Montario. My goodness, look at this guy. An elderly Roag man who is Prince of the Principality of Montario, the eastern country that is part of the 3 United Kingdoms. One of the 5 members of the Senate, he rushed to Grand Trad following the sudden death of the king. Montario has been the center of sanctism since annexation, and the ruling family, that is, the once royal family of Montario, has been devout sanctists for generations. Interestingly, it is perhaps due to the royal family of Montario's close ties with Forden's family that Forden was able to ascend to the highest position in sanctism despite being a Roag. Interesting. So, let's see here. Forden. Yeah, he is a Roag, isn't he? I forget that. I guess Forden is his last name. So is he a member of the extended royal family? Oh no, just close ties to Forden's family. So it is Forden is from another noble Roag family in Montario that has the backing of the once royal family that is now the family of the princes of Montario. Okay. Interesting. Glad to finally learn a bit more about those guys. City ruins. A ruin north of Brilehaven, once a flourishing settlement full of migrant workers come to mine the vast veins of magla crystal nearby. However, dense as the magla was, it soon attracted monsters and humans to the area. The workers fled for their lives, leaving the city an empty and ragged husk. There are occasional hopefuls who still risk expeditions to mine the crystal, but it is never long before they return home, empty-handed and shaking. Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania, and the kingdom's largest port. Home to Oceania's famed navy, the most powerful maritime force in the world. In the kingdom. Known for being a bustling trade hub and having a free, broad-minded atmosphere, of particular note is its seaside coliseum, a major source of local entertainment and a cultural touchstone. Okay, so... is that speaking... well, it seems to be speaking in present tense there. Home to Oceania's famed navy. So it is... you know, because last time I briefly wondered... you know, just because I like little details like this. You know, in sort of expanding the lore and the world building. So I was thinking, as we go to the different contingent parts of the Kingdom of Uchronia, we might see differences in both government and military and things of that nature. And so, when they just said it was home of the Navy, I assumed it was the Kingdom of Uchronia's Navy, but actually it feels like my instinct was actually correct. So, the Navy here is Oceania's Navy, which in turn is loyal, of course, to the Kingdom of Uchronia, but it's interesting how they, you know, they specify it as particularly Oceania's Navy. At least to me, it's interesting. Okay, it's believed that there are substantial magma deposits on the ocean floor near the shoreline, the effects of which have distorted nearby terrain to the point that it seems to defy the laws of nature. Yeah, those were the big floating spheres of water. However, as the sea is deep and excavating seafloor crystal remains a practical near impossibility, The natural wonder is mostly regarded as a tourist destination, full of tantalizing prizes that lie just out of reach. Okay. We got something in magic. The Sky Runner. Some gauntlet runners are capable of more than land travel and can function as watercraft, which coined the colloquial term sea runner, yet in recent years a rare few have even proven capable of flight, and the term sky runner also came into use. However, those that do fly are really only capable of floating for a very short period to get over particularly steep terrain. Luis's Charadrius is the first true sky runner capable of sustained and controlled flight. However, this is only achieved through magma propulsion at constant, dangerously high output with risk of volatile reaction. Oh, that's good to know. Additionally, the Charadrius is only capable of aerostatic hovering rather than naturally powered flight. In contrast, the dream Norris aims to realize is something unprecedented and revolutionary: mechanical flight not through magical lift, but on true wings, relying on airfoils and aerodynamics as birds do. The man wants to make planes. Gold beetle. An insect covered in magma glows with a golden hue. It absorbs ambient magma in its habitat, and evidence suggests minute differences in their environments translate into differences in their biology. Though they give off a golden light, it fades quickly upon death, so there is no monetary value to the layman. However, there is apparently one eccentric in the world who collects them with a passion, and he will give you amazing things if you find them. I really hope that now that I've seen just how valuable they are, I hope there's opportunity to go back and get any that I've missed. Hopefully there aren't any times that, you know, you're in an area, there's a gold beetle, and if you miss it, that's it. Because that would make me very sad. Okay, that's it. Let me pause for a second. I need a drink after talking that much. Give me one moment, please. Okay, we're back. So, we do, in fact, seem to be... We're still in a kind of contained space, because we can't travel back to Martyr or Grand Trad right now. Where is our objective, anyway? Look up there. Look at the top of that map there. There's a place on that island? Hang on. Let's explore for a second. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, Juna has some stuff about her. Oh, you love your rains, huh?
No.
See, I'm okay with rain, but only a certain amount of rain.
What am I gonna do?
Rain's too much, you get floods, and that's just no good, you see?
Stop!
Trying to cover it up, huh? Yeah, look over there. Oh, that's the place we're going.
Hey.
How about that?
Hey.
That sky looks proper.
Well, okay.
Dear me.
I think we're gonna have to debate that guy. First things first. I kind of want to go over here real quick. I just want to check the...
Awful weather.
Oh my. No one to debate just yet. Yeah, let's see what the... One mag equals 8.4. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. I mean, I don't think... See, the issue is... This mechanic of exchanging mag for money... The fact that the merchant archetype even exists kind of just gets rid of the need for it, period. Because mag is... You know, if it were I could turn money into mag, now that would be much more useful, because you cannot... Mag is not as easy to come by, but yeah. Let's see, they saying anything new?
Why is this happening?
Yeah, they tried to do that to us.
What's going on?
Look at that. Now what am I to do? I wind up here.
Okay.
Now what am I to do?
So maybe that's not the Prince of Oceania. Maybe that's the, Godot.
Now how did I wind up here? Well met, eh?
Where is your homeland exactly, sir?
Hang on.
That's awful.
You.
Hey, they're cheering for us. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the water here. Looks a bit strange. Okay.
All right then.
Let's just...
Let's go.
You know, I just want to... We had the exhibition, so I'm curious to see what people have to say around town.
Yeah?
Can we still go back to the...
Hmm.
No, we still can't go back to the Gauntlet Runner.
Hello. Ripping, this is.
That's right. Gracia Forest. Forsaken Tower.
Right then.
Yeah?
Feel like we might go to those places in the future.
Sure, but...
You there.
Huh.
How grand. Yeah?
Why did this happen? Oh. Really now?
Yeah?
Okay. Oh, hey, buddy.
Can we talk?
When are you gonna tell me your secrets?
Can we talk?
How many do I have to buy?
Hey!
Okay, I tried. I don't know what the secret is.
Rules is done, Private Army. This bloody rain soaked me all the way through.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, thank you.
Oi! Proper awful racket, that bugger. My hands and feet are frozen solid.
Shopping again.
We'll have a new lake here.
Okay, I think
All right,
that's everywhere.
Let's go.
Of course, the wharf. We gotta check there. And then we can move on to the Nightprowler.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, we already saw that one.
Amazing.
And it doesn't look like there's anything else. Okay.
All right then.
Yeah?
Hail, warrior. Do you need something?
All right.
Okay, now let's go.
Let's head there right away.
Alright,
What now?
let's give ourselves a little save.
Oi!
Yes, sir. Can you please take me to the Nightprowler? One of them brothers, he says. Oh my. Got some writing down here. This is certainly seeming like a very unique establishment. I feel like this place would be very prone to flooding.
Well, look who it is. Appreciate you coming out.
So it was you two.
You expected us to roll out the red carpet right into our headquarters. Consider this a pre-show. Still, you really are just a kid, aren't you?
You're the one saying that?
And you're one to talk?
Yeah, get him, Gallica.
I wouldn't go having a laugh at me big brother's expense. That's when I get to step in and make some points for my own life.
Your big brother, huh?
You are brothers. And he is the elder?
And here I thought the Magnus brothers' name was making the rounds. Shame that. It's fine. First offense and all won't kill you yet. Besides, Lord Luis has taken quite a shine to you lot. Before we let you see him, I have a question. I want you to think long and hard before you answer, right?
Uh-oh. Everyone's looking at us.
What kind of king are you selling yourself to be exactly? Go on, let's have the pitch.
I'd help anyone in need. I'd treat all tribes equally. I don't want to be king. Oh boy. What's the play here? See, because there's the question of what do we, or specifically, what is our character? What does he want specifically? Then there's, well, it's not necessarily what we want, it's what is the answer that we think they want to hear. And again, I feel like there's a third layer with Luis. Luis isn't here right now, so we don't have to really consider it, I guess, but Luis claims he, you know, he believes in a kind of meritocracy, but I don't think he really does. So it's more, what answer does this Fidelio want to hear? I feel like saying I don't want to be king would be a curveball. The thing is, these two things, I'd help anyone in need, I'd treat all tribes equally, I feel like they're saying the same thing. Or very similar things. I'd help anyone in need. I don't think they want to hear that. I think we can cross out the first option here. So I'm thinking it'd be this one or this one. Maybe we say I don't want to be king. You know, we don't want to step on Luis's toes here. I treat all tribes equally. That's kind of working the Luis angle. I mean, either one I could see trying to work in an angle where we're not, where we can be aligned with Luis while in this tournament. But then there's also the fact that these are kind of, the way dialogue works in this game is that it's, you know, all of the choices are going to be kind of vague, and they may be substantially different from what your character actually says. So, I am, of the three, I must say I'm most curious about what we would say for this third option. I think I'll choose that one. Just because I'm kind of curious how that conversation would go. Although I could see the center option here being the necessary answer. Because then it would seem like, you know, for Fidelio, this could seem like, okay, these guys can be ideologically aligned with us. They can be an ally of Luis. Maybe it would be better to just say that. But I'm so curious. Let's go with my curiosity. I don't want to be king.
To be honest, I don't really want to be king.
Hmm? Of course you don't. If you did, we'd kill you on the spot.
Oh, well, how about that?
You're not doing yourself any favors here, are you?
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? We were all about impressing Luis, and we've done that. You're all about results, aren't you?
You'll answer the question from me too. Why do you want to serve Master Luis? No lies now.
I admire Master Luis's power. I don't like Fornor's church. I'm in love with Juna. Well, I think I mean, that's just kind of funny. I feel like I don't like Fornor's church would be the best answer, though. And I think it'd be the easiest for them to buy, considering we are, in fact, in Elda. Which is, you know, we're kind of in the worst position in this status quo. Is it publicly known that Juna is aligned with Luis? Huh. I mean, we know she was traveling with Gladel. But that was, you know, that was out in the wilderness where we saw them together. So, I mean, and the church had Juna sing at their opening ceremony. I don't know. I'm not sure what the state of the the public knowledge about that is. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't like Forden or his church.
I don't like Forden or his church.
Too right. They have no idea what justice is. Ah, but you had a sanctoress publicly executed so you could get ahead. Not in a position to moralize, are you?
I'm not entirely sure it's moralizing, per se. Just because we don't... I mean, saying I don't like Fordner's church, we didn't specify as to the nature of our grievances, but just because we said, you know, that they're not moral, that doesn't necessarily imply that, that we are above board. And I mean, if we're in opposition to the church, clearly you can see that our actions in exposing a sanctoress to the public like that, and it's not like you say, and I take an issue with the way you've phrased this. It's not we had her publicly executed. Forden did that. The church was forced to do that. We didn't do that. Although, and I guess you could say in a sense we did, because having her reveal it would leave the church no choice but to do that, but still.
We don't expect everyone to take our side. We're just here to right wrongs, that's all.
Whatever. You got some brass tea, I'll give you that much. Already got more accomplished than that Gladell ever did. You seem like the types to make yourselves useful.
Not many get Ardell's blessing. It's worth celebrating that. For now, you're in.
Someone like you should already know what it's like. The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society. Our greatest hope rides with Master Luis. We'll do whatever it takes to make him king, and starting today, so will you. Come on then. Master Luis is waiting for you inside his gauntlet runner, the Charadrius.
Okay, so Charadrius, not Charadrius.
And no funny business up there, yeah? Nothing gets past the king's magic, and Lord Luis is one of the top candidates. We've captured some, 10 odd assassins now? Lord Luis uses them for magic experiments, and, well, you know how that ends.
We finally have access to Luis's headquarters.
It's a valuable opportunity. Ideally, while most of our group is meeting with Luis, someone else can do a quick search inside.
I know it's a lot of pressure, but I vote for Heisme.
Wait,
Or-
me?
Well, okay, I can be convinced. That makes sense. Gallica is naturally stealthy.
There's no one more suitable. Anyone else, and he'd question their absence.
Yeah, we probably should have kept her hidden, now that I think about it.
You're putting a solo infiltration on my tiny shoulders? But fine, I'll do it.
Once we're in the Skyrunner, we'll assess the situation, then deal with our own tasks.
Man, things are moving quickly.
Where?
So?
Oh my.
All right then.
I mean, I guess we're going.
What now?
I feel so nervous. I'm just gonna save again because I'm paranoid like that.
Hello there.
I don't even see where it is on the map.
Incredible.
Holy cow, that's huge.
Hey!
What's that? What is that, soiree? What's going on here?
Seriously.
We're off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is like a, the map is in the style of a dungeon.
You little bastard, you.
Okay.
Check this out.
Oh my goodness, it is like a dungeon.
At last.
If I may.
Indeed.
Understood?
What do you think the chances are it's gonna be something like, oh, to truly gain our trust, you're gonna have to fight through a ton of monsters, or something like that?
Got it.
I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look at all these white clads.
Well,
And yet...
I really get the feeling we're gonna have to, I don't know, fight our way out of here or something.
What you need? Hello there. You're not serious. Look at the hat. That reminds me.
Oh my. I wonder how all these guys would like to hear about how they were all a good portion of their number was just thrown away at the cathedral. Or are they fanatical enough to just shrug their shoulders and say, okay?
Got it.
What in the...
Yeah?
I see.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Evidently.
Oh, nice. Huh.
Oh my.
No.
What's the meaning of this?
Xanth.
Don't even try it.
Understood?
Seriously.
Here.
All right.
How are we gonna get Gallica out of here?
Hey,
Oh, I guess right now. Please be careful, Gallica. Oh my.
A beautiful city, Brilehaven. But it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm.
You say foregoing honor, but I'm sure they would say sound strategy.
Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks. I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come here.
Here we go.
Oh my. What are we asking? I think we shouldn't ask that. I think that's not important. This seems most pertinent.
How do you plan on winning against Forden?
I will kill him.
Oh, okay.
Not that my victory rests on doing so. That man and Sanctism both are malignant tumors in this country's flesh and must be excised to save it. Aren't candidates protected by the king's magic? The king is not a god. There is always a way. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service. We are much obliged.
What is that?
This is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall.
This, I am now extremely anxious about this.
A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose. Might take off a whole limb.
Well, that's not good to hear.
You hesitate.
It's just... we gotta delay this somehow. It's just
that...
Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my rule.
Are we gonna get interrupted?
Good. It would appear we've passed.
Ha! Look at you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soiree in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
You were just messing with us with that heart thing. I thought it was gonna be some weird, like, human thing where it's if you do that, it's gonna empower a human or turn you into a human or.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
Well, that went good. That went well.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide!
Ah, the vent.
this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming?
Ah, Juna.
Figures they'd show up now. Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters. We thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well, I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
You mean... Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself. Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
How did... I am somewhat curious. Juna has this, what was it? Was she the one who said sister when referring to Rayla? And then how did she get involved with Luis? And not just involved... Well, involved in more ways than one, it would seem.
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again?
A magic spell? Is that the formula?
Well, that would be quite the coincidence if it was. Oh, does she have little throwing knives on her boot there?
Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big.
Quick, Gallica, memorize it. Use your photographic memory that we've never heard about to memorize it and get it back to us.
And now I know where it is.
It's with Juna in the personal quarters of Luis. Okay, so how in the world are we gonna get in there?
Jolly
we're out.
You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his Skyrunner.
I'm so surprised we didn't have to fight our way out of there.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Gallica!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is!
I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one.
Ooh, I mean, what are we thinking, guys? Is this going to be a stealth mission or what? Because it sounds like we're going to have to knock some heads here.
Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard. So we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree? Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
Okay.
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time?
How long do you think it'll take to actually get the dang thing?
We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded. This is all work we can get done in advance.
What was the date? Huh.
On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
I mean, yeah, I think that you two would be a good team for this kind of mission.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
Oh? Well, you know I trust you, Stroll, so why, but I'm curious, what's your reasoning?
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
Oh my. Well, I appreciate the fact that you think I'm the strongest of our group. That's kind of you to say.
What do you think? It would be risky as a near-solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
We'll have to make it work. You'll be in more danger than I. I'm gonna say you'll be in more danger, because you'll actually be near Luis, who, as we know, cannot be killed or attacked currently, and if something goes wrong, you know, you will be in mortal peril. But I'll be honest, I did kind of... I don't know, man. I sort of get what you're saying, Stroll, but I honestly do feel like Heisme and Gallica would be a better team, but I guess our character has made the decision for himself, so we'll just have to work with it. Okay, you guys would be more in danger than I would.
You'll be the ones in the most danger, won't you?
I can hardly deny it. You're right. And I'm well aware of the fact.
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
Okay.
That reminds me.
Yes.
Xanth.
I see.
Okay, so let's see here.
What now?
Is our calendar updated yet? No, it hasn't. Okay, let's go ahead and...
Got it?
Preparations after tomorrow, you say?
May I speak?
What
All
was
right,
the, dang it. What day... What was the date of the...
All right then.
soiree? It's not tomorrow, right?
What now?
I'm just a bit worried. Didn't they say the 12th or something? You know, just because I'm worried, I don't want to immediately be thrown into something, another cutscene. I think I'll call it here today. Yeah. Well, it looks like tomorrow we might... What I think is going to happen is we're going to begin a period of time where we have a couple weeks, maybe, to prepare ourselves before the soiree. So let's hope that's what happens. Okay. Things are definitely moving along. I really was preparing myself to have to fight our way both in and off of the Charadrius, but and man, that heart sculpture, and I mean, because you know, it was just in the previous scene where he talked about how they were doing some crazy experiments, and there was also that thing where I still remember how the game itself. I honestly think this is true, and if someone knows, please tell me, because I feel like we've yet to actually seen any evidence in-game that Luis is responsible for the human outbreak. I mean, we did get... He threw the giant human corpse in Grand Trad, and then Zorba revived it, But in terms of actually creating humans, I feel like we've yet to see evidence of that. And yet, it's in one of the early episodes where if you on the map, if you selected the fortress up north, Gallica just says, "Oh, Luis has been responsible for making humans," or something like that. It was so weird, and it felt out of place. But anyway, since that time, I've always been, suspicious of that, and so I feel like when we saw that weird heart relic thing or statue, I was thinking, there's going to be some weird human thing that's going to happen because of this thing. But no, it doesn't look like, at least not yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and call it. I've been The Worm. This has been Metaphor ReFantazio. I hope you're all doing well. Next time, we will begin our preparations. Have a good one.